Hello and welcome back to the Common Colt Podcast. The Colts Podcast is real takes and no clickbait. I'm Josh Hudgens, joined by Dan Hertzler. What's up, Dan?
Not too much, man. Hey, we're talking here Colts again. It's middle of the week. We had a pretty good week last week when you think about all the newness of this team, but we still lost. And kind of the way the NFL is working, it seems like teams are still kind of molding, still kind of shaping form. So there's some rumors floating around here. We want to talk about some of those rumors floating around. Josh, what are some things that you're picking up on? What are some stuff you're reading?
Yeah, well, Colts are kind of lacking at some key offensive positions, especially when you have a rookie quarterback. Receiver is one of them. And first thing we hear earlier this week is KJ Hamler. The Colts had some, at least we're interested in him a little bit. That's a guy who played for Denver. He's had some health issues. Hasn't been on the field a whole lot, but the guy is fast. He could be a playmaker if he's on the field. But he also doesn't provide too much more than what maybe Isaiah McKenzie could provide or even Josh Downs, I don't think. Regardless, it shows that the Colts are aware of their weakness at receiver. They'll have 4 on the roster. When you hear about the Jonathan Taylor trade news, you hear Christian Watson's name come up. You hear Jalen Waddle's name come up. Now you hear KJ Hamler's name come up. To me, it's obvious the Colts are looking at another receiver, and KJ Hamler might be that guy.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked when I saw this news kind of come across because I was thinking they would want more of an outside guy. KJ Hamler's a shorter guy. He's a little bit more of the slot. We've already got 2 of those. I was actually wondering if this is more about McKenzie than it is about the depth of the Colts. We noticed last week, he only got 1 snap. He put on his Instagram or Twitter something about trust, something he was disappointed in the fact that he wasn't getting more opportunities. And so maybe this was a move, just be like, hey, you're disgruntled. You don't want to be here. Fine. We'll just go get someone else and we'll replace you. But to me, I'm kind of shocked that they're not being a little bit more aggressive on the outside. We talked a little bit about, Alec Pierce not being a guy that stepped up week 1. And is that a kind of guy that we want to keep trusting? And if you have no one to replace him, then you're kind of stuck there. So I really would hope that the Colts would be a little bit more aggressive on finding an outside veteran, someone out there that, could come in. I thought maybe, was it Perryman that came in, in the summer? I thought maybe he could do it. They brought in James Washington. I thought maybe he could do it. Some out there. I think they need that receiver, and I'm kind of disappointed right now that they haven't found that guy.
Yeah, it's interesting. Obviously, Alec Pierce, young guy, young prospect still, and the truth is, if he goes down or if Pittman goes down, we are thin outside at receiver, and Josh Downs really doesn't have to make up for it, or does Isaiah McKenzie. The Colts, we got some tight ends on our roster, and that probably does play into the impact, the decision making there. Another position of note that I was looking at, running back. We all know it, Jonathan Taylor on PUP, and maybe will never play for the Colts again. Zach Moss is getting healthy, and he's probably in line to play here soon. That said, that hasn't stopped the Colts from, per ESPN, keeping a watch on Kareem Hunt and Leonard Fournette, 2 kind of bigger name running backs. Colts with $7.1 million in cap space could afford one of those guys. Do you think they get a deal done? Do you think they bring in one of these running backs, or what has to happen to make that happen?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a mystery. Again, for me, I hate going into any NFL game where you really have no plan B if plan A doesn't work. Obviously last week they didn't think Evan Hall was going to get hurt. And then, Jackson had kind of just one of the most abysmal games we've seen in a long time. So now Zach Moss, hey, great. I think that's a huge upgrade. Obviously, I think he's going to be steady. He's going to get the job done. But if he gets hurt or something happens, they still got this game. They got multiple games with JT still out. I think they got to go get someone. I would not be a big fan of, bringing in just a veteran who is going to demand his way. You got to get the right veteran, but they got to find somebody out there, someone that can be an NFL quality running back that gets them those tough yards, keeps the ball moving, gives Anthony Richardson a break, gives him some time just to, catch his breath, and just kind of keep the defense honest there. And I think that's what the Colts need. I think they need that receiver. And I think that's what the Colts need. I think they need that receiver. And I think that's what the Colts need. I think they need that receiver. And I think that's what the Colts need. I think they need that receiver. And I think that's what the Colts need. I think they need that receiver. And I think that's what the Colts need. I think they need that receiver. And I think that's what the Colts need. I think they need that receiver. And I think that's what the Colts need. I think they need that receiver. And I think that's what the Colts need. I think they need that receiver. And I think that's what the Colts need. I think they need that receiver. And I think that's what the Colts need. I think they need that receiver. And I think that's what the Colts need. I think they need that receiver. And I think that's what the Colts need. I think they need that receiver. And I think that's what the Colts need. I think they need that receiver. And I think that's what the Colts need. I think they need that receiver. And I think that's what the Colts need. I think they need that receiver. And I think that's what the Colts need. I think they need that receiver. And I think that's what the Colts need. I think they need that receiver. And so again, just like I feel disappointed that they're not looking for an outside receiver, I'm disappointed they don't have a running back in right now. And I think they're moving into the exact same situation they were in week one against a very winnable game in Houston. So this is frustrating again to me. Are you as frustrated?
Yeah, I'm frustrated. I do. I guess I have some forgiveness knowing that they had Zach Moss on the hook there, knowing that he's going to get healthy. But man, if they come play the Texans and it's another close game and they have a chance to do a put away drive with the running back, or they need some short yardage plays with the running back and they can't get them, and then they lose the game, it's going to be a big egg on the face on Chris Ballard, because week one, I'm not going to blame it all on the running back position, but dang, if we had a good running back, we might have won that ball game. And now the Texans are a team, this is a winnable game. And boy, just having a steady running game would really push us over the top. Not having that and not addressing that when we have the cap space would really look bad for the Colts. Honestly, when I look at this situation, knowing the Jonathan Taylor situation, knowing that there's a question mark there and the Colts haven't signed a running back, it makes me wonder if Ballard's still halfway convinced that they're going to find a way to work that out. Otherwise, it's just total incompetence, I think.
It's frustrating because I do look at what other teams do. Right now it seems like teams like the 49ers, teams like the Eagles, everyone's kind of propping them up as a well-established team, a good built team. And you look at those teams, they've got multiple players at each position that can step in and fill in when guys get hurt, because that's what happens in the NFL. Guys are getting hurt. And for the Colts not to have a better plan at outside receiver and at running back sitting here on Thursday before a game, I mean, you already mentioned it. What happens if one of these receivers gets hurt? What happens if Zach Moss gets hurt? It's like, what are we doing? How are we helping Anthony Richardson win a game, develop as a quarterback, get his confidence up? When you literally tell this kid, all right, I guess we can't run three wide because we don't have two outside guys. I guess we can't put the game away and run the ball because we don't have a real solid NFL running back. Like it's baffling to me. I hope no one gets hurt. I hope everything works out, but I'm not feeling really confident right now, and it's disappointing.
Yeah, we'll find out soon. Obviously, the Colts are kicking the tires, and hopefully coming soon, a Colts offensive playmaker is going to be signed, and all will be well. And maybe even week 4, week 5, Jonathan Taylor comes back. Who knows? But let us know what you think in the comments, guys. Subscribe to our channel. It would mean a bunch to us. Thanks again, guys, for watching the Common Colt Podcast, and have a great day.